Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Mint Real Style. Today, gentlemen, I'm going to be answering the question, who should and who should not be looking at purchasing an Apple Watch? I'm also going to talk about who the $10,000 to $17,000 Apple Watch is made for. But before I get into that, let me ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way these videos come right to you. In addition, if you like this, if you find it useful, please click on the like button and go down below. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on the Apple Watch. Also, what you think of my opinion on who it's made for, who it's not made for, and how they're going to sell, in my opinion, I think a lot of these $10,000 and $17,000 watches. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off. Who is the Apple Watch not for? So if any of this describes you, it's probably not for you. If you have a Droid, if you have a BlackBerry, if you don't like Apple products, it's not for you. If you only care about the function, and in fact, you're wondering, why would I buy something that's going to be outdated in just a couple years? The Apple Watch, honestly, it is not for you. If you are carrying credit card debt and you've been doing that for more than probably 3 to 6 months, the Apple Watch is probably not for you. And if you're looking just to purchase it up as an investor and then to be able to flip it within a couple days or a few months for double the price, well, I would be very careful and I would recommend that it's probably not for you. So who is the Apple Watch going to be for? And I'm talking about both the $349 version and in some cases maybe the higher end, more luxury versions that are going to be over $1,000, and then the really high end jewelry, I would say, level versions, which are going to be at the $10,000 to $17,000 range. Okay, so you've got plenty of disposable income. There are those people out there. I know now that I have 4 kids, just got a household to take care of, I don't have as much disposable income as I used to have when I was a single Marine officer partying down in San Diego, California. If you've got disposable income, then the Apple Watch is something that probably is on your radar. Status is important to you. There are many people out there that status is something that they want to send that signal. And I would say if you get a new Apple Watch, you're probably, if you showed up to a party and you're wearing the new Apple Watch within a week of it being out and you're driving a Corvette, you're probably going to get more compliments on that new Apple Watch than your new Corvette. So if status is important to you, the Apple Watch is probably high on your radar. Trends are important. I'm talking both technology trends and fashion trends. Then the Apple Watch is probably something you should be looking at. And if you're a collector, meaning that you're aiming for things that are new into their category, then maybe as a timepiece that signaled a shift in a company's life, then the Apple Watch is probably something that you would want to pick up. So who is the $10,000 to $17,000 Apple Watch made for? Well, let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about economics here. About 100 years ago, there was an economist, Thorstein Veblen, and what he talked about is that the more expensive luxury items become, in a sense, the more the ultra-rich or the people with a high disposable income want them. They don't want them because of any practical reasons. They want them because of the status and the symbol that they send. It's the same reason that kings have worn gold for thousands of years and the peasants under them have worn items which are of much less value, shells or leather, but people have adorned themselves based off of class segregation for, thousands of years. So for us to think that the modern day watch, yes, it was something functional, but people don't wear watches today because of functional reasons. A few do, but most of us wear them because, especially in the higher end area, because they are a status symbol. So getting back to the whole Veblen theory, let's look at a company called Vertu. And Vertu makes high-end cell phones. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out. But you'll see their phones start at $10,000. That's what they start. And they go up to well over $100,000. And these are phones that have gold, rubies. I mean, they are, let's say, just decked out. Amazing phones when it comes to being pieces to display wealth, but not so amazing when it comes to technology. There's nothing really unique about these phones here. So the point is that Apple recognizes there is a need for a trend-setting device in the wearable department. So Apple is going for that market. And by the way, the biggest market for this is not in the United States. It's China. The Chinese, by a percentage, are much more attuned to brand consciousness and when it comes to status than Americans are. So many of us here in the United States, in the English-speaking world, we're looking at this and saying, oh, this doesn't make sense. We're looking at it from our point of view. There are many other parts of the world that this is going to be a much bigger seller than the US market. However, it will still sell well. Now, let's also talk about watch aficionados. A lot of guys that just love watches are going to pick this up. People go out there and they buy a Rolex for $25,000, an Apple Watch at $17,000 is going to fit nicely into their collection. So you're going to have those guys pick it up. You're also going to have those and one of this is kind of like a little bit more of a stealth reason. I think that Apple is putting this out there because they want to test the wearable market. And what do I mean by that? I mean not just watches. I'm also talking about clothing. So they're getting closer to the body, and think about that. Right now, they're a technology company, but I'm seeing technology in a lot of other clothing brands start to get actually into our clothing, and they're always looking to expand. Apple is a growing company. They're one of the biggest, if not the most valuable company in the world. So they are always looking for a new market to get into. And the last reason why I think they put this $17,000 watch out there is we're talking about it. Free marketing. I mean, people talk about Apple all the time, and for us to talk about it at an even higher level is pretty amazing. So all of that put together, that's my reasoning for who should look at this, who shouldn't, and who that $17,000 watch is for. If you want more, I've created a detailed article over at Real Men Real Style, where we also have a free ebook that you can go grab, 47 pages. We talk about how to improve your style, and that's there waiting for you. Just click on the link right down below. Take care. See you guys in the next video.